Our journey continues here, Big Island of Hawaii, the southernmost landmass of an archipelago lying in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The creation of Hawaii is an extraordinary and dramatic tale. It is the story of the tempestuous fire goddess, Pele. It is a saga of life and death. Hawaii is located 2,400 miles off the west coast of the United States. There are 8 islands in the chain, but on the southeast coast of Big Island lies an area the size of New York City, known as Hawai'i Volcanoes National Park. This World Heritage Site displays the results of 70 million years of volcanism, and if you're a lava lover, this is where you come.
Hawaii is unusual, if not unique, in that it has particularly large basaltic volcanoes over an oceanic hotspot. And the calderas here are as well developed as anywhere in the world. So here we are standing right on top of the world's most active volcano, and we feel pretty safe, I think, anyway.
It's creation that they will never, ever witness in their lives again. The creation of Earth is something dramatic.
Here stand 2 of the world's most impressive volcanoes. Mauna Loa, the long mountain, is a slumbering giant. It last erupted in 1984. This is the largest volcano in the world. It measures just over 10 miles from its base below the seafloor to its crater.
It rises an estimated 56,000 feet from its base up to its summit. And of that 56,000 feet, around 13,500 feet are above sea level, and the rest is below. Huge, and then it's very, very broad and wide. So it's a huge edifice.
Kilauea is Mauna Loa's younger, more volatile sister. Her name is Polynesian for spewing or spreading. And since 1983, Kilauea has spewed enough lava to cover the whole of Washington, D.C. to a depth of 44 feet.
When the lava first erupts, it has a temperature of around 1168, 1169 degrees C. As it's flowing down toward the ocean, it cools only about 0.6 to 0.8 degrees C per kilometer of travel. So after the lava has gotten to the ocean, it's still 1163, 1162 degrees C. It's awfully hot. That's more than 2100 degrees Fahrenheit. What happens when a lava flow moves across the countryside is that nothing really survives. It can move through a forest and burn through the forest and all the shrubs, and sometimes leaving lava trees or tree molds, the impressions of the trees, but then the lava travels on. It doesn't do that very rapidly, normally speaking, so people can usually get out of the way of it, except under certain circumstances. The lava crusts over quickly because it cools against the air. And so what people don't realize is that beneath their very feet when they're standing there, lava is flowing. So they're in a more exciting situation than they may realize, and perhaps than they feel comfortable in.
Thanks to Kilauea, Big Island has been getting bigger, and every day up to 4,000 people venture onto the hot stuff to witness the spectacle.
I thought it was fabulous. I mean, that is probably one of those once-in-a-lifetime kind of things that you ever get to see. and you end up having to go halfway across the world, but you know what? It was worth every minute of every mile.
You get to see, even in the cracks, you can almost see the lava, and you can feel it, and you can just feel the heat and just know that the lava is there and it's under your feet at that moment in time.
We would like to see real running lava flow. It's cool.
Park Ranger Travis Heggie was on duty the day the latest flow of lava broke cover.
You see flames coming up. It was burning all the grasses. And we noticed lava was flowing this way, that way, every direction. It really reminded me of a flood, just with slower moving lava. And so we got out of the car. We had to evacuate everything down here because we had visitors down here, cars parked down here, get them out of the area. You know, at the most I'd seen lava move maybe 100 meters an hour. But this is moving a good 200-300 meters an hour. It's spectacular. You're seeing the beginning and the end right there. The creation and the doomsday. You do have to realize, too, at the same time, you are coming to a volcano. It's not Yellowstone National Park where you can walk up to a geyser that's going off every 90 minutes or something like that. It is a volcano, and there's inherent risks that you're taking upon yourself, just even walking out on this terrain.
Unfortunately, we've had 4 deaths during this entire eruption, all of them taking place in the last 12 years, I guess, or so, from people who got too adventurous and went down onto the bench, which is the platform that's constructed as lava goes into the ocean. But otherwise, it's a thrill for them. I think they get to experience nature sort of in the raw, and I think it's really a very good thing.
The Hawaiian chain of islands has been created over 70 million years by an oceanic hotspot. A plume of heat rising from deep within the earth melts rock as it ascends. This molten lava continues upwards, eventually bursting through the Earth's crust, creating new land.
Right now we have 3 volcanoes that are situated around 25 or 30 kilometers apart from one another that are all being fed by the same hotspot. That's Mauna Loa, Kīlauea, and Loihi, a submarine volcano off the south coast of Kilauea.
As the Earth's plates jostle for position, they move over this plume of heat. Like dragging a sheet slowly over a candle flame, the focus of the eruption changes, creating new volcanoes and new islands.
Kilauea now is directly above the hotspot or the plume, and so it's really very active now. And Loihi is just coming onto the hotspot, so it's small and growing, and its rate of activity will increase dramatically as it becomes more nearly directly above the hotspot. If it continues to erupt for another 50,000 or 100,000 years, we'll see a new island form.
On Big Island, this creation of land is rich in symbolism. The Hawaiian people believe that divine imagery and mystical meaning is to be found in the natural elements. Kikuhi and her foundation are responsible for keeping these ancient beliefs alive and passing them on to the next generation.
If you were to ask me who my God was, or if you were to ask me how many gods I have, I think my answer would be 40,000. And perhaps a more truthful answer might be 400,000. Because anything that produces energy, whether it's vegetable or mineral or elemental or animal, is to us a god.
And inside the crater of Kilauea lives the most powerful and fearsome deity of all, Pele, the goddess of fire. To the islanders, Pele reveals herself in every aspect of the volcano.
Pele is this earth, the rock. She's the sulfuric acid. She's the ash. She's the molten lava. She's all those things and more. Some refer to her as Kawahine o Kalua, woman of the pit. Kawahine Aila'au, the woman who eats forests. But her element is responsible for the creation of the land. And so to a culture of people who live in the middle of the ocean, land is the most important element. We owe our lives to this tiny piece of rock that we live on, which happens to be the byproduct of the creative spirit that Pele is.
I know the Hawaiians, you know, they really believe in her, but I kind of do too, you know, that she don't want all these tourists and everything.
Just wiped out the whole subdivision.
She's angry.
Yeah.
She's angry, yeah, she's very angry.
Big Island of Hawaii is a unique combination of delicate ecosystems and fearsome violence. This endless cycle of death and rebirth makes it a land of exotic and captivating contradictions.